Neha, it seems the BJP on its own is unlikely to get the 272 seats it needs to form a government on its own. Would this affect how the BJP rules?
Absolutely. I mean, we're at the BJP headquarters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expected here shortly. Preparations are underway in anticipation of his arrival. And it'll be interesting to see what he says to BJP workers who've been canvassing the length and breadth of the country. But, in a lot of ways, this, experts say, ends the stronghold that Prime Minister Modi's party, the BJP, and Prime Minister Modi himself enjoyed over Indian politics for a decade. The BJP was a majority government, which is why experts say it could take a lot of decisions that the BJP call revolutionary, but experts call controversial. But, it'll be interesting to see what sort of coalition government the BJP will now be able to put together. It's believed that Prime Minister Modi has been talking to his alliance partners, and with their support, it's quite likely that Mr. Modi will be back in power for a third term. But, this is a big change in India's political landscape. We've seen BJP workers here trying to drum up, some sort of enthusiasm for their showing. It's not what they were anticipating, because the BJP, remember, had set a target of 400 seats. They said they wanted to win that many and they would storm to power. That's not happened. One BJP leader I was speaking to said that, it is time for introspection, particularly for the state of Uttar Pradesh, which sends the most parliamentarians to India's parliament. The BJP doing very badly there compared to how it swept it in 2014 and held held that battleground state in the 2019 election. But the BJP is hoping that, with vote counting not done yet, some of their leads will still translate into victory. And even if that number gets pushed up by a few seats, they say that will still be something worth celebrating. But certainly not the election the BJP thought they were fighting, and certainly not the one that they thought they would win with the sort of mandate they had predicted.
As you mentioned, we are waiting for the Prime Minister to arrive to give his message on results so far. And you mentioned what one BJP leader said, it's time for introspection on these election results. How are experts or anyone else from the BJP itself explaining this result so far?
But we've not really had an official comment or statement from the BJP. Its social media handles eerily silent, and they have been for several hours now. They have celebrated, their leads in Delhi, where they seem to be leading in all 7 seats. But not much has been said about their performance in other parts of the country. But critics say, Prime Minister Modi made the election about himself. Perhaps the BJP got too comfortable. They were too confident after the inauguration of that temple in Ayodhya, something that many poll experts had said would change the tide of the political sentiment in the country. But what's interesting is that even in Ayodhya, which falls in the constituency of Faizabad, the BJP candidate is trailing. Many people we've been talking to, ordinary citizens, say that the mood on the ground was that, issues like unemployment, the cost of living crisis were not actively addressed by the BJP government. And many say that, the polarization they saw on the campaign trail was also something that they didn't quite appeal to them. But like that one BJP worker was telling me, it is a moment of introspection. It'll be interesting to see what sort of coalition government comes to power now. This might mark the return of coalition politics in India, and in that sense will limit the sort of steps that Prime Minister Modi will be able to take in a possible third term.
Thanks, Neha Poonia reporting live from the BJP headquarters in New Delhi.